Disneyland Paris is a lot different than our Disney parks in the States. There's a lot of similarities, such as the castle behind me, but there's also a lot of differences. So what I thought would be fun is to kind of take you on a little bit of a walking tour of Disneyland. So we'll start off on Main Street and then we'll just kind of walk through the park and go through Adventureland, Fantasyland, Frontierland, and Discoveryland, and let you get a little bit of a look at what the park looks like. And I won't get to show you everything because there's just so much here and so many side paths, but I'll give you a little bit of an idea of what the park looks like. After you come through security, this is kind of your route into Disneyland. Past the fountains, the big open courtyard, the Mickey Planner is there. And that's actually your entrance to the park. That is the Disneyland Hotel here. And it is the entrance to the park. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you want to go to studios, you can walk around where those people are over there. And then it's up the steps and out that direction to studios. Towards the train station. And Disney Village will be off to the left. And just pretty. And here's your actual entrance to the park. You can see, you just walk right through under there and you can actually see the entrance gates down there. Of course, all decked out for the 25th anniversary. And coming up right after we leave, Pirates and Princesses. And then once you pass the turnstiles, there's a boutique or a gift store over there. And then your train station and the actual entrance. And then right over to the other side, the other end of the hotel, and another boutique. That's usually the exit. I love what they have on the train station. I mean, the sequin characters up there, and then Tinkerbell's little display, which will change. Just kind of let you know how pretty it's going to be as you come in. You've just arrived at Disneyland. You've walked underneath the Disneyland Hotel, underneath the train station, and now you're on the main square. Well, this isn't Grand Expo over there. That's actually the transportation center and some stores. But City Hall's still going to be in a familiar place over on the left side. And then as you walk in, well, of course, Main Street awaits you. And it's going to look very similar to what you're used to, but also a little bit different. Main Street comes out right down over here. As you come in, hey, you're walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. Just hopefully singing it a whole lot better than I am. And Sleeping Beauty's castle awaits you. And you can see it's a little close to the end of the day. People are leaving. It's about 7 o'clock or so. So these are all the people that are going to miss the fireworks, which is a really neat show. It doesn't have the huge aerial fireworks in it, but it has a lot of stuff that fits very well at the castle. Saw it one night from up near the flagpole and definitely have to catch it again. But you can see how much it looks like the other Disney parks, but at the same time it's just a little different and just a very pretty park. More color on Main Street. Makes it a little bit brighter. Yeah, Frontierland. What's kind of neat is where we're used to having that fort at the where we're used to having the fort at Tom Sawyer Island. Here it's the entrance to Frontierland. And you can already see a couple little side paths there. Frontierland is probably the smallest of the areas here in the park. You can see the fort there. That's actually the entrance and exit that heads right out to the hub. As you walk in, you've got Bonanza Outfitters here on the left, and that's actually the big store as you come in. So if you're coming in, it'll be on your right. And that's most of Frontierland right there. Big Thunder Mountain's off to the left, just past the shooting gallery. And then down around the corner is the big Western barbecue cookout and the Pocahontas play area. There's a good look at Big Thunder for you. And over to the left side as you come in, there's the riverboat, that's the Molly Brown, and then Phantom Manor, which happens to be closed right now. they've got that torn up pretty good around it at the moment. And that's a good look at Frontierland. It's about the only land where you can actually stay in one spot and see almost the whole thing. There's a little bit hiding back there that you can't see. Stores, you got Bonanza Outfitters and the Eureka Mining Supplies. Blacksmith shop.
Stop! We're not in the 80s! Just keep saying it!
Doesn't tripping mean doing drugs?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
You can see
Just copy
the incredible theming they've done here. So this is the whole back end of Frontierland, which is all closed right now. So you got the Cowboy Cookout, and then there's a trading post here, which don't know what Pueblo trading post would have had. I think this is actually the one that somebody asked if it would have been here. But this is where you can meet Woody, and then the Indian Village is back there, and that's actually a kid's playground, which got a quick glimpse of it off of Big Thunder. But too bad this part of the park's closed. You gotta say, their Frontierland though is very impressive. Very impressive. And we're actually going to be going into Adventureland through Agrabah. And you can already see the change in texture here. And all of a sudden it starts looking much more desert-like, which is really cool. This is the entrance to Adventureland, going through the Agrabah area. And you can see they've actually got it all deserted out. There's the castle. And as you walk through, you can see the incredible amount of work that went into this. There's a camel. Restrooms. Quick service restaurant. Smoking in the non-smoking area. Welcome to Europe. Closed today at the Agrabah Cafe. And then as you come out here, you see a bit more. That is the Swiss family treehouse up that direction. Pirates is off that direction. That's the old fort that you see. And then if you swing this way, it gives you a little look at both areas here. Gotta love the theme music. Give you a little look at what they serve here at Hakuna Matata. See, meatballs, chicken strips, vegetable chicken soup bowl, and then a sandwich kebab. A little better looking pirates off in the distance.
Do you know what I see over there? Pirates of the Caribbean. We'll never forget that. Sure, they won't tell Rachel what happened. They all went on last night. They were an hour and 40 minutes, Rachel. Got Aoife, look, that's where we eat last night.
And then up ahead is Colonel Harry's Pizza. And off towards the back, that would be where Indiana Jones is, which is just a simple roller coaster here. There's another look at the kids' play area and the pirate ship. And then Pirates of the Caribbean is off back in that direction. Just beautifully landscaped. And then if you come from there, we'll see you right back into the pirate caves that we came through. And right over on the other side of those, we'll be back to Fantasyland again. It's gonna, they've got restaurants all over the place. A lot of them are closed, partially because it's off season, I'm sure. But all sorts of stuff. This is actually the Chalet de la Marionette, so it's actually Pinocchio's tavern here. So that's how you know you're on the back side. I'll give you a little look at what they've got. Might be okay there. Food here is definitely very hit or miss, with a lot of misses. So let's check out Fantasyland. You can see sidewalkways and hidden dining areas and places to relax. This is coming in from Adventureland. And again, Pinocchio's restaurant. Bathrooms are right there. And the green top hat place is the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, which is closed while we're here. Kind of a bummer. You can see Dumbo, the flying elephant there. Peter Pan is right there. As we walk a little further in, we'll turn over to the left. Friendly people. We'll come around. And there's your line for Peter Pan. And it's going to be longer than 55 minutes right now. Their Peter Pan boats, though, seat 6 people instead of just 2. I think I have that right. Might be 4. But they're much bigger than the ones at the other Disney parks, so its lines aren't quite as bad. And then Mickey, if you want to meet him, has a big, huge house right there. He ends at 5 o'clock, though. And it had over an hour most days. So we haven't done that. And as we come past Dumbo, you can get a little bit of a look at the Alice in Wonderland maze. It's closed now, but it was open the first part of our visit here, so we did get to go through it. Got to check it out and get pictures. Give you a little bit of a look. And there was a great view of the park from atop the castle. Speaking of castles, there's Sleeping Beauty's castle over to the right, along with the carousel. And there's the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. It's kind of a bummer that it's closed, but done teacups before. Marsh here, a little snack bar. And take you over to a couple other well-known things here in Fantasyland. Now the teacup there is home to the Dormouse. Looks like he's hiding at the moment. Then there's the old mill. And take you to a back alcove. You can see the train tracks right there. And then there are 2 rides back here. And I'll come down and give you a little look at those. You can see all the crowds in the waiting area there. Hasn't always been this crowded as I've come through, but it leads to the canal boats, which has a turnstile entry there. That's a little different. And then there's one other ride that's down in there, and that is the Casey Jr. train. Coming back out into the rest of Fantasyland here, you can see Mad Hatter's Sea Party. They did have the waterways filled up earlier, but they're dry right now for the work they're doing. Then if you want to meet the princesses, that would be right here. They only do one at a time. It was Aurora and Ariel switching off today. And then there's It's a Small World with its exit. You see how big it is. And then more eateries. And heading back towards the castle. Coming past It's a Small World. They've got these little cutouts all over the place where people take pictures. So you can do that. And then there's the boat. And there is a better look at Small World. Walt Disney World, eat your heart out. And then there's some more eateries down here, including gelato and some other snack bars. And then at various times, they will actually have those doors open, and it becomes a shortcut over to Discoveryland. That's right, Discoveryland, not Tomorrowland. A little different. Here it's very Jules Verne inspired. But otherwise, this is the backside of Fantasyland. Pizzeria Bella Notte. And then right through here, we'll lead you back to the hub. Now, as you come out of Fantasyland towards the hub again, another great look at the castle. Don't forget to go under the castle if you're here. But you also notice this stage. This is what Disney World should have done. Their castle show that they do, which is a little on the cheesy side, they perform it on that stage right there, out of the way, doesn't block the castle, but still uses the castle as the backdrop. So you can still walk through the castle. Here it is. Happy anniversary, Disneyland Paris. This is what's cool about this whole area. You have seats that are already set up. A nice big space for people to watch. And then an elevated platform area here. And they use this, not just for the show, but the parade actually runs right through there. So now you actually have elevated spots for the parade itself. Very cool. Now right behind me, well, this would be, that's the Plaza Restaurant, their version of Crystal Palace. And then you can see Discoveryland starting to creep in, and this is where you actually pick up your annual passport. If you're going to be here more than 4 days, it is cheaper to get an annual passport than it is to buy individual day tickets. Let me show you. Keep in mind, if you're looking at US dollars, conversion rate right now is about $1.25 per euro. And it actually has just gone up a little bit. But 219 euros is the pass that we got. And a typical day ticket is going to be about 80 euros. So you can see the Plaza Gardens right off the hub. The castle's directly behind me. And that's going to lead us into Discoveryland. So if you take kind of the steampunk look that Disneyland has sort of gone with and blend it in with Jules Verne, and you've got Disneyland Paris version, And here, it's Discoveryland, not Tomorrowland. And all sorts of different things to check out in here. There's no people mover, as you can tell. But some neat landscaping. The whole land flows together very well. It doesn't feel disjointed like some of the others have. So information booth with wait times automatically updated. And then you've got the Buzz Lightyear gift shop. And that is right there because Buzz Lightyear's over on the side. So there's the Buzz Lightyear spin. Videopolis, which actually has a big hamburger joint in it. Terrible hamburgers. Don't waste your money. The Astro Orbiter. And then Space Mountain, which right now is under its Hyperspace Mountain guise with Star Wars. And then we'll take a walk past that and let you see the rest. As you come past Buzz Lightyear, again, there's another look at Videopolis. Videopolis is basically a big giant eatery. It has a stage in there, but lots of tables and chairs for people to eat. The Orbitron. And then over to the right are a couple rather unique things. First off is their Autopia, which you'll notice is themed quite a bit different. And laid out quite a bit different as well. Of course, what isn't different is the really, really long lines just to drive a little mini car. But what's kind of cool is as you wait in the line, what's kind of cool is you actually get to drive around right underneath it. And there's two different lanes. You've got two that go that direction, and then two that come back the other way. But definitely a very slow moving line. But if you don't want to wait in that big old long line, hey, just come over to the little prop car and get your picture taken in that. That works just as good. Walking past that, your entrance to Autopia, we'll take you to the little corner of the park. Hyperspace Mountain's entrance is there. But if you don't mind coming down a little quieter, walking past the launch, and you actually get to come over to the Nautilus. Now, what's interesting right now, 2 days ago, this was full of water. And now today, the submarine is kind of beached. So you get to actually see what everything looks like without water. But the Nautilus is actually a walk-through. You can come right up to there, and then just walk right on inside and down the steps, and you actually get to walk all the way through the sub. Which is really kind of cool. Now, Space Mountain here, too, is also a little bit different. That's the loading station there, and you'll notice it looks like this big old cannon up the side. Well, that's because it sort of is. Their Space Mountain here actually has 2 inversions on it, at least that I counted. It might be 3. And you launch up the side of the building, and it's got a full soundtrack on it. So you've got the speakers in your seats, and it's almost all Star Wars music right now. But it will launch you up that tube, right up inside, and that's when you actually get to start the full roller coaster ride. Fun Space Mountain, smooth. It's probably my favorite of the 3 Space Mountains. And there they go. Great ride. The last bit of Discoveryland is down in this corner. And again, you've got the Videopolis Theater on the side. And depending upon if they have those doors open, this can either be a big... Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Depending upon if they have those doors open in the back, this can be a throughway over to Fantasyland, or it's a dead end. But you can also see right up there, Star Tours. Right on down this way. The Star Tours is marked with the big X-Wing on top. But one of the things I really like with this Star Tours, not so much the ride, I mean the ride system itself is the same as every place else, but it completely blends in with the area. In fact, that's actually the train station right behind it, and it all blends together. The landscaping and scenery on it doesn't stand out as something weird or not in place, but it all flows. In fact, right now, underneath the X-Wing would be where you get to meet Darth Vader if he was out meeting people. And then the entry to the ride is right there. And that's the entry to the train station. And back to the Videopolis Theater. So if you come into Videopolis, this is your eatery with very short lines at the moment. You see they've got chicken sandwiches and hamburgers, onion rings, mozzarella sticks. But in all honesty, I found the food here very poor. However, you can also go to a vending machine and just buy yourself a bottle of Coke, or coffee, and then step over here. There's a big performing stage right there. So they do have concerts and special events. You can see all the seating for that. But then everything up there is all dining tables and chairs and places to sit and eat. Now, on the phone, the video that it's shooting makes it look a lot brighter than it is. It is fairly dim lighting in here, actually. Gives it a really nice kind of evening ambiance, which the phone video is compensating for that a little bit. But very nice. In the meantime, they're showing Star Wars Rebels. Here's another thing that I just love about this park, is some of the unique theming and landscaping that they have. Such as these fountains going all the way into Discoveryland. And just how it blends right in. It leads you into it. Okay, you're tired. You're ready to go back to your hotel or home or wherever the case may be. And it's ready to go. So you begin to swing out. Now, of course, this being Disneyland, your first thought is, I'm going to just walk right on down the middle of Main Street, USA, right? And sing the song. Of course, it's the end of the day, you're probably not up to singing. However, Disneyland Paris is a little bit different here. Yes, you can go down the middle of Main Street, but I'd actually encourage you to divert a little bit. On either side of Main Street is something called the arcades. And it's actually essentially a covered alleyway here. And it's a way to get in and out, but off of the main track. And you'll notice you can see the traffic over there at Main Street is pretty busy. And then you swing over here, and not so much. Not just that, but it's actually raining very lightly right now, and guess what? This is covered. So what's the arcade? Well, as you come inside, you'll see real gas lamps. Actual entrances to the stores are back here. And there's even a couple unique things. Display cases. The bake shop. So all of your stores on Main Street you can actually get into this way. Through a side entrance. But they also have a couple little trailers. Places to sit and rest. ATM. Bathrooms are in here as well. A few tables if you want to just sit and eat. Oh, and by the way, you can bring in your own food. It's not real good to bring an ice chest because that's a little heavy. They don't allow picnic baskets. But if you have a backpack and you want to pack some food into your backpack, that is totally fine here. Souvenir coins, which will run you about €2 a coin. Ooh, I gotta get that one for my son. Star Tours. And then right through there. And once you reach these stores, you're back out at the entrance. And that's how you get out of Disneyland easy. And hey, you can even get into Disneyland easy. And avoid all that rain that's actually coming down now. Yeah, I think I'm going to go hang out in the arcade for a little bit. So there's a good look at Disneyland Paris for you. Again, there's so much here, so much I couldn't possibly show. you know, there's several rides that I didn't get to show you, and all sorts of nooks and crannies and things to discover. Like any Disney park, there's lots and lots of hidden things. So if you ever get the chance, be sure to come here, check it out yourself. Outside of plane fare from the U.S., it's actually not too bad for a trip. And of course, you always got exciting people like that when yelling in my video. And just a lot of fun. I've actually been very pleased with how many people speak English. Haven't had any problems there. Although if you can pick up a few words of French, it will definitely help you get over with the locals. So there's Disneyland Paris. Come check it out sometime. Thanks so much for joining me on my walking tour. Hope you enjoyed this look at it. Hope you enjoy all the different things I've been able to show you. I got to give a huge shout out to Leo Wong too for bringing me along. If he hadn't covered it, this trip wouldn't have happened. So thank you, Leo. Thank you to everybody else for joining me and for all your support too. Thanks so much. Don't forget to like and share the video. And hey, if you're enjoying this, let me hear your comments. I'd love to hear your feedback on the park too. Thanks so much. And thank you too to my patrons as well for all your support. This wouldn't happen without you.